Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome in. Nothing like a little late night research, huh? Thought I'd do a little stream for you guys, going over all the games for tomorrow. Yeah, let's do it. I'm just gonna wait for people to get in here, post the link, and then we will get started as per usual. So, hope you guys are doing okay. Welcome in. If this is your first time, make sure to join our Discord, follow us on Twitter. All of that is completely free. And you will get all the updates with Propfinder. You'll get all our plays. All of that's free. So yeah, I appreciate you guys joining. Appreciate a like. Just helps the algorithm. I know it's annoying, but okay, let me post here. Bang. Let me post on Twitter as well. Cool. What should the poll be today? Let's see. Gotta have a poll going in chat. Gotta run something. Hold up, what are we gonna do today? You guys think the Colts are legit? You guys think the Colts are actually gonna do something this year? Because I don't know. I'm still on the fence. Maybe we'll do, like, best undefeated teams or something. That'd be a good one. Yo, what's up, King Shells? Welcome in, bro. Yeah, let me add a poll quick, and then we'll get started. I don't know why the live's not showing up. There we go. Dang, 48 of you guys already. Appreciate you guys joining. Appreciate the Noti gang. Welcome in, y'all boys. Yeah, we'll do best undefeated team. So obviously you have Bills. I can't believe that I'm not gonna say the Ravens or the Chiefs. It's like, that's insane. Bills, Eagles. We'll throw in the Colts, and then we'll just do other. I'll do Colts or Bucks because I think the Bucks are also undefeated. And then we'll just throw an other in there because you can only have 4 options. There we go. Okay. Vote on that poll just for fun. Maybe we'll do more polls throughout the stream, but yeah. Let's get started with the research. Appreciate you guys for joining. A little late night stream. What's up, Fast Money? What up? All right. First game, we have Vikings versus Pittsburgh. Whew. Dublin game, gonna be pretty good. Usually those Europe games are weird, or like just any international games. Players just, aren't 100%. The travel, obviously takes a lot out of them. Let's see what we got here. I like using this view advanced stat after kind of just getting a gauge on this. Obviously, running backs are going to have the most rush yards, but you want to look at targets, so they give up a lot to wide receivers and running backs. Red zone carries, of course, mainly to the running backs as well. But just get an idea of this, and then click view advanced. Then you can filter here as well when you're researching touchdowns. So we'll do touchdowns first. Or should we? Maybe we should just do... Let's do normal first, actually. I believe I have... Underdog has gifted me. Let's see. Yeah, there's a Dak free pick, no sweat. 50% profit boost for the Dublin game. Baker Mayfield discount. Yeah, lots of discounts on Underdog for me. So, yeah. I think, yeah, let's actually run up this first game through defensive matchups. And then we'll kind of... I like going by this. I like getting the reads on targets. And then if we like something... I like the first read percent. This is a really good number. Pretty much what I go off of here is the first read percent. And then you could do just like targets, receptions, whatever you think is next in line there. Also, routes run is pretty important. Their top receiver is DK Metcalf, the Steelers. He runs 80% of routes, followed by Calvin Austin, 73%. And the only other guy over 50% is Jonnu Smith, which, pretty rough having a tight end being your third guy. Most teams, like if we check like let's check the Eagles just to see. Let's see routes run. So like Devonta, AJ Brown, Goddard, Jahan Dotson, even Saquon, all meet that threshold. So something to note when you're researching teams. Also, this number is super important. 82% zone coverage is incredibly high. If you want to find out what any of these stats mean, just hover over it. By the way, you can figure out. It will give you a brief description. Like this is yards per dropback against 1 high coverage, 2 high coverage, all of that. So, ton of stats there as well. But highlight in purple, most important thing here, in my opinion, is the zone coverage or man coverage stat. Whatever's higher will be highlighted in purple. And then you could click back and forth between man and zone if it's a close percent. Like this one, 50-50, you just kind of want to take a look at both, see if a player is good at both. If not, stick to the games that have a high zone coverage or a high man coverage. Just one or the other, doesn't really matter which. But yeah, something important to look at for sure. So against zone coverage, it'll filter automatically by this higher percent. So you can see here. You can also filter this above 25% usage. I'd highly recommend just turning that on automatically, unless you really want to get down in the nitty gritty of all these props. So against zone, it does appear that Rodgers throws the ball 8% more. Completes 41.5% of passes. Or has a 41.5% increase in completions, 61.7% increase in yards, 8% in rating, and then 71.5 first read. So I filter by first read first, and then routes, important as well. Usually it's going to be the same guy. Like in this case, it's DK. He's going to be running the most routes, getting the most first reads. Yeah, Jared, I will. What are the percentages for? Where it says the difference in splits. Like these are just, it shows the increases between man and zone. So if you filter here, see 16% or 16 completions against man and 39 against zone. So that is a 41.5% increase. If that's what you're asking, Prodby. Okay. You could also, if you don't want to look at percentages, you can filter by the actual stat. So DK Metcalf has 46 routes, but he's running 80% of the routes on dropbacks, or he's running a route 80% of the time on a dropback. First read 26.3% of the time, pretty high number, but not a very big discrepancy between him and Calvin Austin. So maybe that's something we'll come back to. He does play. He gets a lot more targets versus zone, it looks like. Yeah, it's a pretty big jump. You can see his yards go up as well. Yak goes up huge from 3 to 93. 8 targets against a man, 8 targets against a man, 11 against zone on 6 receptions, 11 first reads. All the Steelers seemingly play better versus the zone coverage. Something to look for. Start Jamo or Stevenson for flex? I have no idea. Browns defense is good. Who are the Patriots playing? Yeah, but this is a big discrepancy. I know the Brian Flores defense really good, but when you see zone coverage 82% and you see DK posting these stats, I mean, he's leading his team. Okay, well, hold on, receiving yards. Jalen Warren has a lot of yak. He has 9 receptions on 10 targets. That's crazy. What's his first read percent? 10.5. Interesting. Texans, no Panthers. Patriots are playing the Panthers? Or not? Are they? Oh no, yeah. Texans are playing the Titans. I mean, Texans defense is decent. Their offense is bad, so maybe he gets more touches. I don't know. I wouldn't want to start either of them, to be honest. I don't really love the discrepancies I see here. Um, I mean, Rodgers could have something. He plays way better versus zone. Like, look at this. Way better versus zone. Or they just like him throwing the ball more. This is last year, so, take it with a grain of salt. But even this season, like 439 yards against zone compared to 145 against man. And they play zone 82% of the time. First read 71.2%, so that's a good stat there for sure. Good passer rating. He has 1 pick. He has 2 picks on the season. 1 against zone, 1 against man. Good completions though. I think good prop will probably just be A-Rod passing yards. What was it at? Let's see. A-Rod passing yards 202. Threw up 244 against him. 3 picks, 54 attempts. I was kind of also thinking you could take his attempts or even completions, but something with A-Rod I think would be good. 30.5 passing attempts. Probably be a decent one. He only threw 23 last week. This is also important to look at here. So you can just see how the Vikings defense performs. Not a lot of passing attempts, completions. Very, very good defense, as we all should know. You could also look at run types if you want. Obviously, for Rodgers, he doesn't run, but 6 attempts for 3 yards. You could see how recent quarterbacks have performed against the Vikings. So Caleb threw 35 times, Penix threw 21 times, Browning threw 27 times. Both Penix and Browning did not hit their line, but that's because the Falcons were killing and the Bengals were getting killed. Vikings pass rush is going to be on Rodgers. Yeah, I could see it, but he's going to have to get the ball out fast. Probably just some checkdowns. And I mean, Rodgers, he knows the Vikings. He does know the Vikings. But yeah, I think Rodgers could be a good play there. This one's a little harder to judge just because this percent is so split. Carson Wentz to throw for 210 yards. Let's see, Jay Jetta's. I don't know if I want to bet on Carson Wentz throwing the football, and I don't really like this split either, so I'll probably just fade the Vikings receivers. Also, Jordan Addison's back, so if you're playing fantasy and you have Jordan Addison, I'm sure you know, but he's back for this game. Could be something you take into account. Not sure how much that's going to matter with Carson Wentz. I mean, he's only projected 211 passing yards, so pretty low number. You like Smith for a tutty? Devonta? Can we get NBA to Propfinder? Oh, it's on, bro. The season just hasn't started, so it's not here. But we have all the main sports, so NBA, MLB, WNBA, NFL, college football now, which is sick. That came out a few days ago, and then we also have NHL, too. I think the next ones will probably be soccer and then maybe some esports. Other than just tuning everything up for college football and NFL season. So, and remember, pretty much all of this is in beta. So if you have any suggestions, join our Discord, completely free, and we have a suggestion channel. So join there. If you have this would be nice to have, throw it in the suggestions, so we don't forget it. You could DM me too, but it's just easier to have there. So. What NBA have more data than WNBA? It's pretty much the same thing. I believe. There might be some updates though. We'll see. We'll optimize it. So sometime till the season starts. Okay. Bills against Saints. I mean, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. Spencer Rattler actually playing nasty against zone. 66 for 90. Is this fan really loud? Hold on. I just realized I have a fan blowing like right in my mic. It's really hot in my room, but I can turn it off if it's annoying. Completely forgot there was like a fan on here. My bad. I can turn it off, let me know. Okay, Spencer Rattler, yeah. 66 for 90, plays better versus zone slightly. Tyler Shuck. I can't believe they drafted Tyler Shuck. That was crazy. Let's see, first read is going to be Olave and then Juwan Johnson. Juwan Johnson has the most yards on the team. A lot of these guys run a lot of routes. Brandon Cooks, Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave. Appreciate it, Thrill. It's going good. There's a lot of homework, bro. I want to get YouTube videos out. It's just so stupidly busy. It's insane. But I found an editor. I just got to lock in. Part of it's me being lazy, but school takes a lot out of me. It's like 5 classes a day, bro. It's ridiculous. And homework. So, gotta have some priorities, but I do gotta get videos out for you guys. I just don't know if I want to bet on the Bills, you know? Only 69.6% of routes as your highest receiver. That is crazy low. That's zone. Let's see, man. Man, Shakir. They let Shakir and Coleman cook on man. Coleman is the one against man. So if you see the Bills playing, or the Saints playing man, then Keon Coleman's probably going to get a catch. Or a target at least. 4 for 9 is rough. Shakir 5 for 5. Not a lot of yards, but, you know, something to remember. Yeah. Yep. Year and a half left, and then I'm out. Okay. So again, kind of rough here. Don't know if I really want to bet anything there. Do you guys want me to give you like a best play for a game, even if I don't think it's gonna hit, just so you guys have something? Or not gonna hit, but even though I don't love it, should I just give like my best prediction? It's just weird because the Saints are supposed to lose by so much to the Bills. I think the Bills are at home too. Yeah, home versus Saints. So it's just like, bro, they just might be cooked. In this game, I do like something with Rodgers. I think he's gonna have to chuck the ball. I mean, he's just gonna have to. Van Ginkel's out. Wow, that's big. That is big for that defense. Johnny Smith, Jalen Warren, questionable too. Probably more of a reason that he's going to have to throw the ball. What was his attempts? 30.5. Longest completion could be a good look too. 31.65. Jeez, 21. Those fantasy points look pretty good. 13.5 on Prize Picks. It's actually a pretty good line. You can see Rattler throwing a pick. Yeah, he's going to have to chuck, bro. If they're going to even try to stay in this game, he's going to have to chuck. It's actually a good call. Let's see what his attempts. 34.5. And almost every game he's gone over that. The only reason he might not hit this is if they're getting killed by so much. Maybe they throw in Tyler Shuck. But if you think it's going to be a close game, that's a good bet, probably. How many picks does he have, actually? He's only thrown 1, and it was against Seattle, so. Taysom Hill, what happened to him? Oh, ACL. Dang. Value for the last 5 and last 10 player averages show the same number on the research page. Wait a minute. Oops, let's do something random like this one. 22, 18.2. No, they don't. If it's showing the same percent, it's probably just because it's the same. Or like the same, if it's showing the same average number, it's just because it's the same. Okay, Titans versus Texans. This is like a do or die game. I mean, whoever loses this is pretty much cooked. Texans defense has been pretty good this season. Their offense is terrible. Their offensive line is so bad. I feel bad for CJ Stroud. Everyone's slandering him. He's a good quarterback, man. He just doesn't have time in that pocket. I've been a Bears fan all my life. I know when quarterbacks don't have time in the pocket. And CJ Stroud is a candidate of that right now. So, Nico Collins, 30% first read against zone, which they run 64% of the time. Dalton Schultz. So basically those two guys. 15 targets, 8 receptions. Man, so he plays better versus man. Interesting. Nico Collins runs 88% of routes in drop back. Pretty expected stat there, but something to note for sure. Got a 50-yard reception last week. Wow. His line's 5.5. Let's see what they do to the wide receiver 1. 10th most receiving targets to the wide receiver 1. 3rd most receiving receptions, which is pretty crazy. How the Titans match up versus tight ends. Schultz could be a sneaky play. Do you want for a touchdown? They've given up 1 touchdown. Not a lot of targets, not a lot of receptions. Actually, let's go off the tight end 1. Yeah, pretty much the same thing. The touchdown they gave up wasn't to the tight end 1. I think Nico Collins could be a good play. He runs so many routes. Tank Dell obviously out, unfortunately. Man, I just don't know. These teams are so bad. Texans are awful. Please go through how you researched the YouTube Tutty video. Got you, bro. Okay, first thing I do, filter just by... I basically just look for green. So, like, here you could see Vikings give up a decent amount to running backs in terms of rushing yards. So, that's something keep in the back of your mind. And then hit the view advanced, see who they're giving up all these rushing yards to. So, kind of a lot to the 250 yards a game, 66 yards to the RB1. And then in terms of red zone targets, 3 to the RB1, 3 to the wide receiver 2, and then pretty much nothing else really matters. Red zone carries 5 and 3, so they don't give up a lot of red zone carries to the RB1, but decent amount to the 2. Remember, all of this is just comparing to the rest of the league, so green means they're in that 1 to 11 rank, meaning they give up the most in that position. Love Collins was just curious. Some Schultz for better odds. Got you. Meant for every player. Example, Malik Neighbors shows 83.7 receiving yards for last 5, last 10 averages, but it's different when you click in. Hold up, JP. Bruh. 3.7. Oh, I see. Interesting. Is this the player average for the last 5 games? I'll let Jose know. That's weird. Thanks for bringing that up, Veronica. Appreciate you. Can you go over this example with a better offense team like Eagles Lions? Yeah, sure. Let's see. Let's do. No, I don't want to do Bills. So they're facing such a bad team. Let's do. Man, Lions-Browns is actually going to be a good game. I think the Lions will still win, but I want to see how that Browns defense competes. Let's do the Chargers here. Yeah, I mean, JP, I tried to explain it in the video, but I do need to make one of me just going over a pick and just post me, like giving my full thought process. Okay, so Chargers are playing the Giants. This top portion, obviously, is just what the Giants defense allows, right? You can go 2024, 2025. Since we're 3 weeks in, I'm actually pretty much just going to go off of the 2025 stats. You see a lot of green here, so that's a good sign. Chargers are facing the Giants. The Chargers have a good offense. We'll confirm that in a bit when we look at their actual data. But just logistically speaking, the Chargers have a good defense. So when you're looking and you see all this green that the Giants give up a ton of everything, you're on the right track. So 4 touchdowns to running backs, 4 to wide receivers, 5 rushing touchdowns, 272 yards given up per game, almost 200 to receivers per game, which is insane. 112 rushing yards to running backs, and then red zone carries actually pretty middle of the pack in the league. But yeah, kind of just go from there, then hit the view advanced filter by the receiving yards per game. So as you can see, compared to the rest of the league, what they give up to the wide receiver 1 isn't as much as a lot of other teams actually give up. So something very important. You'll notice this when you're researching. A lot of the time, they don't give up, of course. A lot of the time, the wide receiver 1 actually gets less than the wide receiver 2 for some reason. I don't know why that's the case, but that's why we have this data, right? It's super important to look at this number. If this number's in red, you're probably not going to want to bet on it. I mean, of course, it depends who the wide receiver 1 is. Like McConkey, Johnson, Allen, it's kind of hard to tell. Depth chart says McConkey's the one, but Quentin Johnson and Keenan Allen have all had games this year where it seems like they're the one. So it's important to keep that in mind as well. The depth chart is helpful, but it doesn't, tell you everything. When you have a team like the Texans and you have Nico Collins, Nico Collins is the one. Maybe when Tank Dell comes back, that kind of changes. But this team, it's just a little harder to tell. So just keep that in the back of your mind. That's just important, but just remember that. Another important stat, if you're just researching touchdowns, remember this is all just touchdowns primarily. Red zone targets, second most important stat. So receiving yards per game, or you could even argue red zone targets is more important. And I'd be like, okay, sure. So red zone targets, 4 to the wide receiver 2. In 3 games, they've allowed 4 red zone targets to the wide receiver 2. They've allowed 2 to the wide receiver 3 and 2 to other wide receivers. So yeah, that's a pretty big discrepancy. You can see both of these are green, meaning they have, hold on, if I filter by this again, you can see only 1 red zone target to the wide receiver 1, just under 70 yards per game to the wide receiver 1, which is below the rest of the league in terms of what they give up, meaning they don't give up a ton of yards to that position. Green meaning they give up a ton of yards to that position. A lot of people get confused. Just remember the green is good for whatever you're researching. So good for touchdowns, bad for touchdowns, right? Or receiving yards, however you want to interpret that. And then wide receiver 2, obviously getting 4 red zone targets to a wide receiver 2 is good compared to the rest of the league, of course. There's a key up here. Good matchup, ranked 1 through 11, right? So just something to remember. I passed the game. Where am I going? No, I didn't. Okay. Next thing. So now that you know this, wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3 are getting the most targets, most yards. You just know there's a discrepancy in whatever zone coverage they're playing, whatever man coverage they're playing. The Giants clearly just don't have a very good corner room, or in this case, they have a good corner, or good, relatively good. I mean, he's still giving up 70 yards per game, but relatively good cornerback 1, and then the cornerback 2 and 3, or high safety, or whatever's covering the wide receiver 2 and 3 in this case, are just not holding up their own, right? So, just something to note there. That's kind of why this view advanced filter is so good. You can view all these discrepancies. So enough yap on that. If you have any questions on this, let me know. But now scroll down to this part. And so one thing I want to point out, researching running backs, a lot of them have very bad odds. So unless you see this, they've given up a ton of carries, and it's like you really think it's almost certain that they're going to get a touchdown, I wouldn't bet on the running backs. But take that with a grain of salt. Do with that as you wish. Just basically for running backs, I look at carries and then red zone carries as well, and then just go off of that. So Omarion Hampton obviously getting the workload. 42 carries. Justin Herbert has 18. Omarion Hampton has 8 red zone carries, right? So he's getting a lot of action. Also, Najee Harris is hurt, and he would be out for the season. So Omarion Hampton at minus 120 actually seems really good. I'm not sure who their 2 and 3 are. We could look, of course, if we go to depth chart. I'm getting sidetracked. Hassan Hankins, Vital. I don't know who those guys really are. So, anyway, back to the wide receiver 2 and 3. This is where you then want to filter by the first read and route percent. So Ladd McConkey's running. So in order, actually. Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnson, Keenan Allen are the 1, 2, and 3 in terms of route percentage. And then if you look at first read, it's actually Quentin Johnson, Ladd McConkey, then Keenan Allen. So the thing with the Chargers is, as I was saying before, the depth chart shows that these guys are the wide receiver 1, 2, and 3. McConkey, Johnston, and then Keenan, right? But it's hard to find that discrepancy when all of these guys are so close. Look at these targets. Keenan Allen actually has the most targets, which is kind of crazy. 28, 24, 21. See, all these guys' odds are very, very similar. Oops, I just clicked Keenan Allen. Most red zone targets, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston. Ladd McConkey only has 1. Whoever this is, Gadsden has 2 red zone targets, 5 first reads. So the Chargers is kind of a bad example, but hopefully you can kind of see what to go off of. That's pretty much all I look at. Down here, again, routes, targets. I don't even really look at touchdowns. Only thing that matters is red zone targets, in my opinion. You could look at touchdowns. If a guy has 25 red zone targets and 0 touchdowns, then yeah, you probably don't want to bet on it. But guy's not ever going to have 25 red zone targets and 0 touchdowns. Okay, let me catch up on chat here. Just got it the other day. You want to lab on everything. Love that. App is amazing. Boys scoreboard, don't lie. I've been loving it for the home run plays. Yes, sir, bro. Love the home run plays. How would I know which player is the wide receiver 1 or 2? Can't find the depth chart of the line. Yeah, depth chart's here. Hampton low-key buns? Disagree, but to each their own. Do y'all think Packers will win? I'm in a pool and nervous that I took them since they played horribly. Just time. I really don't think Micah Parsons is going to let the Packers lose against the Cowboys, but we shall see. Yeah, first read percent. First read percent. I don't know why I keep saying percent. This is just how often the quarterback, when they drop back, they're looking at this player as their first read, of course, right? So when Herbie drops back, 26% of the time he's looking at Quentin Johnston. Another thing you could do that's really important that I would highly recommend when you're researching touchdowns and you get in a situation like this, like you see here, wide receiver 2 and 3, 1, 2, and 3, the Giants just give up a lot of yards, right? So one thing you could do here is go to the defensive matchups. Go to this game, and then filter by. So in this case, 57.8%, not much of a discrepancy, but could be the difference. Ladd McConkey, 29% first read. Keenan Allen, 25% first read. And then you could also look at their targets here, right? So Ladd McConkey against man is running 97% of the routes. compared to Johnston's 92 and Allen's 84. All pretty consistent targets. McConkey does have the most, but only 4 receptions on those targets. So 80 yards for Johnston, 49 for McConkey, and 55 for Keenan Allen. Johnston does have 2 red zone targets, though, against man. So however you want to interpret all this data, just know it's there for you. If I would probably take Quentin Johnston just based off of this red zone target percent. Also, he has a touchdown. He has a decent amount of targets compared to the rest of them. More receptions, more yards, more yak. So just a low first read. But yeah, that's probably what I would do. Hopefully all that makes sense. Do you research player props like this as well? And QB research too. I research everything, yeah. Yeah, DJ, we late night. Yes, sir. Parsons 2 sacks. I agree, Nicholas. I think they gotta lock him down, man. That's so... I don't know how in the world you trade a player like Micah Parsons. I was praying the Bears are gonna get him, but that obviously didn't work. Yeah, you can, Bubba, you could filter by first. So if you click anything here, and then you could filter by quarter 1, 2, 3, 4, half 1, half 2, or just, of course, the full game stats. So yeah, literally anything you can imagine, any filter here, any filter here. This Sunday filter, a lot of us use it in baseball. Sounds like it doesn't matter, but players get in a routine and then it actually ends up mattering, so something to go off of. Love Jerry Jones' mental as an Eagles fan. As you should, bro. Literally as you should. Jerry Jones is absolutely cooked. Okay. Bills, Saints, I'm personally probably not betting on, so I don't really want to go over that game. When a game has a spread like this, -12, I mean, I don't really want to bet on it, you know what I mean? Got you, Justo. Yeah, if you guys have questions, just keep them firing. I'll try and answer to the best of my ability. Rams are -6 against the Colts. Interesting. Dolphins -4. A lot of -1 games. Baltimore, Casey's favored. I guess they're at home. Packers are favored -1. Really? Lions are favored by 10. Wow. Okay, I guess this isn't going to be a very good game. But they did just beat the Packers, so I don't know, man. Their defense seems legit. Take Ray Davis rushing. Just been looking at MLB. Haven't even been looking at NFL. Gotta look at NFL, bro. I gotta lock in for MLB playoffs, though, for sure. What was I just going to look at? Ray Davis, yeah. Okay, so I said I wasn't really going to bet on this. Yeah, they give up more to the RB2 than the 1. That's kind of funny. 2 red zone carries to the 2. Let's see. Carries. Ray Davis has 10 carries in 3 games. That is rough. 8.7 yards per game. Ugh. Actually, wait. Wait, you're kind of a genius. If they're up by that much, they're going to let them run. Like they did against the Jets. 9 carries, 24 yards. 0 carries against Miami, though. So if they go up by a lot, that's actually a pretty decent bet. I like the thought process there, bro. I will say. That's probably like more of a live bet, though. The odds might change on that, but I think that's a live bet candidate. Can we at least look at Cook for yards and tutty? Sure, bro. 12 red zone carries. The only thing about Cook that scares me is, wow, they're both favored to get touchdowns, Allen and Cook. Only thing that scares me is the red zone carries. I mean, 12 and 9. That's rough. Rushing yards after contact, bro. James Cook is insane. That is Those are crazy stats. Actually, wait, let's just stay here. Something you can also look at is the first read percent of the running back. So James Cook, I mean 6.3, but just know it's there, because James Cook still gets some receiving action. Cook at minus 200, yeah, exactly. It's a lot of, as I was saying, I mean, a lot of these running backs just aren't worth. 53 carries, 94.7 rushing yards per game. This dude's been elite. 74% to get a touchdown last year. 100% this year so far. So 90% in his last 10. Only one he didn't score is against Baltimore. Jeez, man, this guy's nasty. Saints haven't allowed too many explosive plays. 14% for rush. Good look at the coverage here. But he doesn't get a lot of receptions, so it's not going to matter too much. You'd also look at recent guys. So Kenneth Walker, when he played the Saints, got 2 tutties. CMC got 1. James Conner got 1. So all of the ones in their respective offenses got a touchdown. Something definitely to note. Kyle Pitts. Yeah, 2 touchdowns. I mean, plus 270, 1,300 for 3. Cook for first tutty? I don't know. Let's see, quarter 1 stats, plus 300. I don't think I'd even take that, though. Alright, let's get back to... Let's see what games are we going to want to bet on. This game, this game, this game, this game. Yeah, we started with all the games that are, like, pretty high in spreads. I mean, jeez. If you want to take unders, you know, spreads are just a really good indicator. Cook receiving yards a sleeper. Should we build a, I have a $20 no sweat on underdog. Should we build a touchdown parlay? I feel like we have to, right? AJ Barner first tutty? Jeez. That's a good pull. I almost bet on that. What was their other tight end? I almost bet on him for the first. His stats looked pretty good. I also have a Dak free pick. Oh, $50 max. Bang. Okay. Let's go through here. Commanders giving up a lot to tight ends, wide receivers. That's why someone said Pitts. 67 to the wide receiver 2, 59 to the 1, 55 to the tight end 1. I usually just, when it's touchdowns, I usually don't even look at the tight end 2 RB2. It's just a lot of the time not worth it, in my opinion. Only 8 to the 1. Diggs tutty. Jordan Mason definitely a little juicy, but will definitely score. So they actually give up the most red zone targets to the tight end 1. Let's see who the tight end is in this offense. Oh yeah, Kyle Pitts. Casey Washington running 93% of the routes. That cannot be right. Who is Casey Washington? Oh, he played 1 game. That's why his stats are inflated. Let's see. He has 6 targets, 3 receptions, 33 yards per game, 3 first reads. Yeah, when you see a guy at the top of the routes, don't be fooled. I mean, he's plus 1,900. Don't be fooled by that. Make sure you're doing some diligent research. Okay, Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, 16%. Drake London, 27 targets, 16 receptions, 53 yards per game. But here we're looking at the wide receiver 1 and 2, or the tight end 1 and wide receiver 2. Kyle Pitts could be a good play. I'd hate to take Kyle Pitts for a touchdown, though. He did get one last time he played him. So... Something to note. No one, Elijah. We pretty much just started. Yeah, I mean, I would probably... Man, Kyle Pitts is second to Darnell Mooney. Man, Mooney's only first read 26% of the time. That's crazy. Red zone targets, Pitts has 0. That's rough. Bijan has 3. Got no confidence in Penix. It's fair. I mean, it was a bad game last game, but last few games were decent. Against Vikings, I mean, they killed the Vikings. I don't know what his stats looked like particularly. Okay, 135 yards, never mind. Yeah. Wow, he hasn't even thrown a single... Or no, he threw 1 against Tampa Bay. Jeez. I'm surprised they killed the Vikings by as much as they did. Drake London sold you on a 6-leg TD. Dang, bro. He sold me in fantasy, too. I think first week, I was between him and... Who's the other guy? Bucky Irving or something for a touchdown. I picked him. He dropped 2 in the red zone. Bucky Irving got a touchdown. I'm like, bruh. What are we doing? Man, Bijan has 47 carries. They're pretty split in the red zone, though. Wow. Yards after contact, 116. Bijan is unreal, man. Bijan is absolutely unreal. 80 rushing yards per game. Also important to look at the defense. I mean, we went over this, but filter by RB1. So they give up the 6th most rushing attempts to the RB1. Jeez. Bijan got 2 touchdowns last time he played him. 90 rushing yards, 17 carries. Fantasy points obviously hit since he got 2 touchdowns. Yo, what's up, trying to rob FanDuel? Falcons defense is actually good, so I'd probably stay away here. They have a really good secondary. RB2, they've given up 4. We don't know what the running back situation even is supposed to be. Don't know if Bill's going to play or not. Mariota has a touchdown. That's hilarious. Chris Rodriguez. McNichols plus 500 for a touchdown, and he got one last week. I feel like that's decent value there. 0 red zone carries, though. He got 4 carries and, like, broke away for a goal. Drake London. I don't know. It's saying wide receiver 2. Wide receiver 2 will get the most yards. Or that's what they give up. What's Darnell Mooney's line for receiving yards? 41.5. You can see it. Home. Let's see. 6 for 80 covered in last year. Or sorry, wide receiver 2. Yeah, I mean, they give up 10th most targets, 5th most receptions, 3rd most receiving yards, most touchdowns, 2nd longest reception, 3rd longest receiving yards after catch, longest touchdown. That's crazy. I think Mooney yards is a pretty good bet. See what happened here recently. Jeez, yeah. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker, 63, 145. Dontavian Wicks got 44. Wandell Robinson got 55. Malik Neighbors got 71. Jeez. Rome Odunze Tutty, I hope so. As a Bears fan, I hope so. Cleveland has a good run D, but terrible secondary. Brown, Williams, and Laporta are all plus money. Ooh. And they're playing in Detroit. Oh, yeah, that's going to be rough. Playing in Detroit's rough. Okay, I like Mooney. I don't know for a touchdown, but I do like Mooney. I mean, man, they give it a lot of red zone targets. All of these were touchdowns, by the way. As we just saw, they give up lots. Bijan has 18 targets. Like, what? Does Mooney have a touchdown? No. It's 2 red zone targets, no touchdowns. Was he out week 1? Let's see first 3% quick. Mooney 26.8. I mean, I like it. I'd probably take Mooney for a touchdown on the Falcons. What are his odds? Plus 300. I mean, it's pretty good. Pretty good. I do like his yards more, I will say. I don't know what they're going to do in the red zone. I'm scared that they'll give it to Bijan. So I'd probably rather take that. But I mean, this, like, they give up so much. Look at this. 19 targets, 14 receptions, 200 yards in 3 games. That's insane. Terry McLaurin being out opens it up for Debo and Zach Ertz. Falcons obviously know this. Noah Brown's out too. Luke McCaffrey, 18.5 receiving yards. I feel like that's a good bet. Let's see, what is he, the 3 in that offense? He's the 1? I'm gonna say he's the 2. I think Debo's more of the 1, but we'll go through it. So 1 and 2. Yeah, you probably want him to be the 1 there. Whoever the 3 is might go crazy. Jalen Lane. Not looking likely. Don't really want to bet on him. Man, Jaden Daniels being out again is rough. Just don't know how this offense is going to look, you know? Debo 73, 71 routes run. Where's Luke McCaffrey? All the way at 18%. Wow. Red zone targets, 1 for all of them. Yeah, it's just rough. JJ Tutty? Justin Jefferson? I don't know about that one. Bill has the most carries. Yeah, this one's rough. I'd probably either stay away or take a shot on a guy like Luke McCaffrey, for like a long shot straight, but probably nothing other than that. Zach Ertz. Luke McCaffrey has 4 receptions, 4 targets, 4 receptions. He did nothing in the first 2 games, pretty much. Did all that in the last one. He got a tutty though. First tutty of his career. Good for him. 18.5 receiving yards. I feel like he'll get 2 receptions. I think that's a pretty decent bet. I mean, who else are they going to throw to? They have Debo and Zach Ertz. They got to throw to someone else, right? I know it says 18% of routes run, but I mean, come on. Guess he only got 3 catches last week. I don't know. Keenan Allen? Maybe. Yeah, I'll just favorite like my favorite ones. I'd say I think Luke McCaffrey could have a chance, bro. I don't know. What quarter? He got that in the 4th quarter. What about his receptions? He got all his catches in the fourth quarter, so he's not running the routes. That makes it rough. That makes it hard to believe. What's Debo's line? 4.5 receptions. Zach Ertz. I feel like Zach Ertz will be check down merchant tomorrow. 4.5 receptions. Last time he played Atlanta, he got 6. They're just good against tight ends. They have a good secondary. I don't really want to bet on that. Okay, next game. Eagles, Bucks. Eagles, Bucks. Man, it's going to be a good game, too. JJ scored 4 years in a row in week 4. Oh, my God. He's pulling out the ancient stats. Wait, where'd my no sweat go? Oh, it's right there. I'd have been mad if my no sweat disappeared. Okay. Let's look at advanced here. Don't get much intel from just normal. Wow. Eagles give up 111 yards to the wide receiver 1. That is crazy. Who is the 1, though? That's the question. And is Godwin playing? He's questionable still. I would say Igbuka's probably their 1 now. Mike Evans being hurt sucks for them. It's really unfortunate. Igbuka is tied with Bucky for the most red zone targets. He's the first read. Man, we just don't know. We just don't know Godwin's status. I don't want that to like sway the opinion. I think Igbuka is going to be the 1. I mean, Sterling Shepard, he's not the 1, man. Wait, is he the 1? He got 80 yards last week? What? Wait, is he nasty? Igbuka Godwin playing his mom from Philly. Emeka? Emeka Igbuka. What a name, bro. I could see it. It just, we don't know who's the 1. Twos gets a lot of red zone targets. I think you want Godwin to play, and then you take Igbuka, honestly. Because right now, I mean, he's a rookie. Sure, he's insane. We've seen some crazy plays from him, but I don't think I want him on the CB1 all game, you know? Also, something that we could check is if we go to defensive matchups, we can see what coverages these guys are playing. So, let's just filter by the Atlanta game first. Let's see, man and zone 50% of the time, so it doesn't really matter. We could look just who's good against these coverages. So Kyle Pitts is better against man. Darnell Mooney's better against man. Darnell Mooney has only 4 receptions against zone. Igbuka the 1 and Godwin mom from Philly, so he's playing for sure. I don't know if that means he's playing. That's a rough injury, man. I watched that live. That was terrible. 57% man. I mean, Igbuka definitely. It's just like, we just don't know on Godwin's status. 5 targets, 0 receptions against man for Igbuka, compared to 16 targets and 14 receptions against zone. Philly Pasty has been getting torched, right? Yes, they have. Especially by the 1, so whoever that is. I don't know if their guys are back for Philly, though, or not. Oops, we gotta go to Philly. Injury report. Nakobe Dean out. Adoree Jackson is doubtful, so another cornerback hurt for them. Let's see. Quinyon Mitchell is still playing. Cooper DeJean obviously still playing. John Campbell. Reed Blankenship. So they still have some guys, obviously. Sidney Brown's a strong safety. What? Thought he was a running back. Or is that a different Sidney? Wait, what? Am I tripping? Oh, Shipley. Yeah, I'm tripping. He's playing his uncle and a close friend. Who, Godwin? Man, why is my phone lagging? I mean, yeah, I think Egbuka's probably a decent play. Just makes it rough not knowing Godwin's status, but I could see it for sure. Oops, did I pass it? I'll probably favorite him for now. Don't really know if I want to take it. Oh, they actually gave him a rushing yard, or a rushing play. Schemed up something for him. 4.5 receptions? Man. I'd probably take that 4.5 reception. I mean, he got 4 with Mike Evans, and he's still getting good targets. Let's see, wide receiver 1, they're giving up a lot. 2, they're giving up a mid amount. 3, they're not giving up much. Wide receivers in general, 10th most targets. 11th most receiving average yards per game. Or per play, sorry. 49 longest. Let's see, wide receiver 1, 28th most targets, 18th most receptions, 7th most yards. Those are crazy stats right there. Eugene, that's a good point. Tristan Wirfs is questionable. So maybe he comes back. That'll be big for them. Limited in practice, though. Is he 100% playing, J-Main? I mean, he has lines. But look at his lines, like 28.5 receiving yards. They don't expect him to get a lot of action, which is understandable. I think even if he plays, I think I still like Egbuka. His line. I think I'd take his receptions probably over his receiving yards. 11.65 fantasy. What a weird line. Yeah, I think I like the Egbuka play. I don't know if I would take it if Godwin's playing. I probably would. I mean, the books clearly don't know what he's gonna do. Pretty sure he's playing. Same with Baker. Baker's playing. So we can actually just look. Oh, expected to play. Yeah, you're right. Expected to play. Still questionable though. I mean, that ankle injury. Oh, right bicep. Yikes. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you just click this area, you get a little brief description of why these players are out. Super, super important. I should have used that. But yeah, I like Egbuka. I could take him for sure. Again, giving up a lot to the 3. 0 red zone targets to the 1. Oh, that's what you meant. You're close to his folks and uncle. I didn't know what you meant. I got you, bro. Okay, Tampa Bay gives up 6 to the wide receiver 1. I give up a lot to the running back. Had to be an explosive play. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, 35%, 31% first read. Carry is obviously going to be crap ton to Saquon. I probably wouldn't bet on Jalen or Saquon just because one of them are probably going to get in, just don't know which. Devonta looks like the better player compared to A.J. Brown this season so far. More red zone targets, 2 less first reads, but 3 more receptions. Same amount of touchdowns, I guess. Jalen Hurts, 8 red zone attempts, 62.3 first read percent, 55 for 77. That's really good. Really good completion percent. 6 to the wide receiver 1, though. Bucs defense looks like they might be cooked. Wow. Nothing about the wide receiver 2 at all. Other wide receiver, I guess. Yeah, I mean, A.J. Brown's plus 180 for a reason. Also, route. I mean, Devonta got him on the routes, though, too. Eagles are just so dynamic. You don't know who's going to get a touchdown on that team. Not much discrepancy there for me. I do like Mooney and Igbuka so far. Those kind of wide receiver two type roles. Let's go to the offense first this time. Wow. Their most is running 71.5%. Holy cow. I don't know how Drake May is doing as good as he is. 261 yards per game. 107 attempts, 77 completions. That is crazy. 5 passing touchdowns, 130 dropbacks. Whew. Oh, doggy. Carolina Panthers give up a lot to the RB1. Who is the RB1? We don't know. Split between Henderson and Stevenson. Looks like Stevenson has he has 3 more carries. Drake May actually has 3 red zone carries. Interesting. They on average they give up 6 rushing yards. They've given up 249 rushing yards to the RB1. Let's see who they played. They played Bijan. That's a rough matchup there. Rushing yards. Bijan, 72 rushing yards. They played James Conner and Trey Benson. Travis Etienne popped off 143 against him. Holy cow. That's crazy. I just don't know if I trust Ramondre Stevenson unless he's a fumble line. All that guy seems to do is fumble. Butterfingers. Hunter Henry is the most red zone targets. Pretty wide margin, too. Most first read as well. Most targets. Most receptions. Okay, hold on. Hunter Henry could be a play here. 0 to the tight end 1. Interesting. Let's see. Tight end 1. 8th most receiving targets. 5th most receptions. Yeah, I mean, Hunter Henry looks like a good play. He had 2 touchdowns, too, last week. Taking Stevenson over 40 rush yards. I wonder if Ted's going to play. Oh, he is expected to play. Interesting. Chuba's questionable. Expected to play. Man, Patriots don't have nearly as many injury concerns as the Panthers do. Panthers have some big ones, too. Chuba, Leggett. Leggett's out. Wow. Yikes. Yikes. I do like Hunter Henry, though. I think he's probably a top guy. Top prospect. Let's see. Let's filter by that game. 72% zone. Okay, how does Hunter Henry does not play well against zone apparently. No, he does though. He has more targets. I don't know. The percent's all red. Means on the dropbacks, he's in comparison, he's not getting as much. Man, that's tough. Still the most first read though. I mean, against the Panthers defense, think you got to take that. I think Hunter Henry still looks good. Let's see. Yeah, against zone. 76 routes compared to 14. That's why the percentages are so off. Hunter Henry is still good against zone. He also runs routes more against zone. 15 targets, 9 receptions, 131 yards, 45 yards after catch, 14 first reads, most on the team. So I like Hunter Henry probably for his yards and touchdown. Let's see what they give up the most. 17 targets, 14 receptions. How many yards? 176 yards. Second most in the league. Who have they played recently in terms of tight ends? Let's see. Oh, McBride, Strange, and Kyle Pitts. Insane. I like 37.5 too. Low number there. Over in both home games this season. Yeah, I like it. I like Hunter Henry for his yards and a touchdown. Okay, let's go back to this cheat sheet. Filter by that game again. We'll look at the Panthers offense here in a sec. Okay, Patriots rush defense is really good, so not going to want to bet on a running back. They have given up 7 carries, 7 red zone carries to the RB1, which is, of course, Chuba. He is questionable. Rico Dowdle has more red zone carries than he does. Wait, has Rico Dowdle played this season? Dang, he has. He has a touchdown? What? That's funny. That's kind of crazy. Did Chuba get hurt at the end of that game? Those stats could be inflated. I'm not sure. Does anyone know if Chuba got injured? Patriots actually do give up a decent amount to the wide receiver 1. Running back 1 as well. Bryce Young, 69 for 114. That is a lot of passing attempts. What's his line? 32.5 for this game. Only threw 24 against Atlanta. Man, did they get cooked or what against Atlanta? Or no, they cooked. Never mind. That's right. He only threw 121 yards, 16 completions. Jeez. .28 first read percent for McMillan, 20% for Leggett, but he's out. Hunter Renfrow might have to step up. Let's see, how's this defense just in total? Pretty good against wide receivers. Not a lot of targets, not a lot of receptions. A lot of yards, though. So maybe Tet's a guy you want to look at for his yards. 68, 100. 6 receptions, 100 yards is crazy. Nick Westbrook-Akine. It's funny. I forgot he's on the Dolphins. Tyreek Hill dropped 109. He went 6 for 7. Jacoby Myers dropped 97. And then I guess DK's the one. He only dropped 32. Steelers won that game, though. This is a must-win for the Patriots. They gotta have this one. I don't know how much I want to bet on the Panthers to do anything. Who's the most red zone targets? Renfrow? Ooh, Renfrow could actually be a decent bet then. They're gonna need him to step up. That's just 2024. I mean, I could see it for Renfrow. Not a lot of targets. Good average yards. A lot of touchdowns, too. Gibson. I think Hunter Renfrow is actually the best bet for a touchdown. Does play better versus man, though. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Numbers are inflated. Yeah. I think I actually like him for a touchdown. It's just kind of crazy. Xavier Legette being out hurts them a lot. Jatavian Sanders. Chuba. Hopefully Chuba plays. Hunter Renfrow is going to have to run more routes than that. Let's see, targets. Second most on the team, too. He's going to have to do something. 3.5 receptions. I think his yards, too. I mean, look, 6 targets, 2 receptions, 9 targets, 7 receptions, 4 targets, 2 receptions for 6 yards. So they're trying to give him the ball, and this week they're gonna have to give him the ball. So here's what we have so far: Mooney, Hunter Henry, Hunter Renfrow, and Egbuka. In case you guys are curious, that's what we got so far. Pause and take a peek. I will be moving on to the next game. Red zone targets, 5 to the wide receiver, 2 from the Chargers defense. Chargers defense is very, very good, though. Jackson Dart's also playing. Not going to want to bet on the Giants offense here. Not like you really ever want to bet on the Giants offense, but these also the first read stats are going to be not wrong, but just skewed. Well, they're not wrong statistically, like not on Propfinders. Not on Propfinders wrongfulness, whatever you want to say there, but Jackson Dart's playing, so this first read percent's just going to be inaccurate because all this first read percent is, of course, from Russell Wilson. So it'll be interesting. Dart. That's a rough first start for him. It's a rough first start for a rookie quarterback. Gets Harbaugh and a very good defense. So we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting for sure. Wide receiver 2 and 3 getting a bulk of the red zone targets to this defense. Decent amount of yards as well. Wide receiver 2 getting 62 yards. Again, this is the one we talked about earlier. Just not gonna wanna bet on these guys. You don't know who's any of these guys can go for 100 yards any given day. Let's see. Let's actually see what's happened here. So 74, 48, 41, but he's getting decent targets. Quentin Johnston's been the most consistent, it looks like. Only 3 catches, and he got 71 yards. And then Keenan Allen, of course, did hit his line in every game as well. So oops. Just not going to want to bet on that game. I also think the Giants just get absolutely killed. J-Man's going Keenan Allen. Javel, rewind a little bit. Or actually just, here's what we have so far. Darnell Mooney, pretty good discrepancy. Egbuka, Mike Evans is out. Hunter Henry playing the Panthers, who give up a lot to tight ends. And then Hunter Renfrow. Panthers are going to need someone to step up with Legette out. So that's my play there. Wide receiver 1, Jags give up a ton to him. 3 targets, 2 touchdowns. Not sure who the wide receiver 1 in this offense right now is, especially if Jennings doesn't play. Brock Purdy is playing, which is good for them. First game back after being injured in the first game. Unless it was the second game, I'm actually not sure. Ricky Pearsall, I think, is almost taking this wide receiver 1 role from Jennings. Allen on wide receiver, 60-plus yards, and TD all 3 games, yeah. Yeah, I just don't know how long that's going to be a game. The Giants are going to get killed or not. Yeah, I mean, the wide receiver 1 here, clearly best play. Looks like Ricky P is running the most routes as well. Highest first read percent. Let's see what their injuries are. How long is Ayuk out? Seemed like back week 6 or something. Ricky P, knee questionable, limited in practice, still listed as questionable is kind of scary. Juwan Jennings, same thing, shoulder and ankle still questionable. Probably don't want to bet on those guys just because you don't know what's happening with them. Yeah, I agree, Zaval's. Zavalaz? Not Zaval's. Zaval, maybe. I think Zavalaz. Wide receiver 1, same thing with the 49ers defense. Actually, a good chance for BTJ to pop back. 25 targets, 7 receptions is crazy work. He had 1 reception and it was a touchdown in week 1. Oh my god. 7 targets, 1 reception. What? Said that so wrong. How do you say it? It's gotta be Zavalaz. Zavalas? Zavalas? I don't know. I'm tripping. 12 targets, 4 receptions. Houston, he got 6 targets on 2 receptions. That is rough. Surely BTJ bounce back is imminent, right? I don't know if I can bet on it personally because I have him in fantasy. It might sell my bag, but I think he's in a good bounce back spot. Zavala? What? Oh, Zavala? But where's the Z? There's another Z at the end. Can't say it's Zavala when you have another Z, bro. Can't bet on BTJ with Lawrence at QB. Fair enough, bro. I mean, he has been rough, but, like, bro, he's gotta bounce back, right? Right. I mean, that's still decent. It's not like he was terrible with T-Law out. Or with T-Law. I mean, he's fine. He's gotta snap back. I think this is a good bounce back spot for him. 21 first reads, highest first read percent on the team next to Travis Hunter. I mean, those targets are insane. Wow, 1, 4, and 2 catches. That is, bro, what? The Z at the end is my first name initial. My initials are ZZ, that's sick. I gotta take something on PTJ, bro. I'm gonna be pissed tomorrow if I see him pop off. Also, T-Law's gonna have more time in the pocket. With what's his face dead, Nick Bosa. I gotta take something. He's running 83% of routes. He's the first read 25% of the time. 25 targets. I gotta take him his receptions. 4.5. I mean, come on. Only 4.5. See the opponent against the wide receiver one. 29 receiving targets, 18 receptions, 222 yards. 222 yards in 3 games? What is that? Like 60... No, 75 or something? That's a lot. 222 divided by 3 is... Nope, not 22. 222 divided by 3? 74. So, decent amount. Let's see, receiving yards. They gave up 124 to JSN, and then 54 to Chris Olave, 44 to MHJ. Man, how many receptions did they give up to JSN? What did he get, like 10, 15 catches his first game? 9? Jeez, bro. 13 targets and 9 receptions for 120 yards. 40 long. Jeez. What's their defense last year? 7 receiving touchdowns is a lot. He run the rest to Travis Hunter, yeah. Yep. I don't know. I just think a bounce back's imminent. You guys are probably right. I shouldn't bet on it, but I feel like he's got to bounce back, man. He was so good last year. So good. I mean, look at this. Look at last year. That's insane. 82, 76, 90, 105, 132, 91, 103. If you can have a receiver like that, bro, those stats are insane right there. We shall see. We shall see. You guys are probably right, though. Also, since I'm in fantasy, probably shouldn't bet on it. ETN getting 10 red zone carries. RB2 gets more against them for some reason. That could just be complete randomness, though. Okay, Colts Rams. Colts Rams. Gonna be a good game here, boys. Let's see, 5 touchdowns, 9 red zone targets to the wide receiver. 12 to the wide receiver for the Rams defense. Let's see, wide receiver 2s tend to get the most workload in both of these situations, it looks like. Rams, I guess, give up more to the wide receiver 1 technically. Still a good amount to the wide receiver 2. So wide receiver 2 is what we're looking at for the Rams, which is going to be Devontae. Yeah. 44% first read for Puka is craziness. See, this wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2. Yeah, they give up more to the 2. Also, what do they play? Do they play man or zone? Zone. So, unfortunately, Adams is way better versus man. Is Puka better versus zone? He is. He has no red zone targets? What? Puka has a tutty, though. 8 for 9. 10 for 11, no tutty. Jeez, Puka's insane. Drop back-to-back-to-back 100 yards, pretty much. Devonta should be playing Zavalas. Or, hold up. Zavala. Maybe? I don't know. You told me how to say it, and I still can't say it. I'm stupid. It's got to be Devonta or Puka here. Devonta runs more routes, more tutties. 8 red zone targets. Like, that stat is insane. 29 targets compared to 35. Only 13 catches on those 29 targets. Means they're probably using him as the deep threat. Interesting. See, this is where you guys got to decide. Like, I'm telling you how to make the plays, then you kind of decide these. Like, if you think routes are more important, if you think targets are more important, or if you think the opponent defense or coverage is more important, whatever you want to go off of here. I think the opponent defense is most important. I mean, 19 targets to the 2, most in receiving receptions, 10th most yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that ain't nothing to mess around about. Let's see who they played though. Titans, Broncos. So who popped off? Who was the wide receiver 2 that popped off? I guess Lockett. Oh, Troy Franklin popped off against him. See, that's probably then you look at the coverage. Because they play 60% zone, so you want to look who's better against zone. Probably Puka, right? I mean, Devonta's really good against man. 18 yards per route or per reception for Devonta on zone. 24% increase from his man. I don't know. It's gonna be one of them. This is why their odds are so close. Look at their odds. Plus 100, plus 115. Devonta has way more red zone targets, though. That's what's interesting. 8 compared to 1 is crazy. Also has 2 touchdowns. Whoever Davis Allen is has 2 touchdowns. I don't know who this guy even is. He has 2 catches and 2 touchdowns. That's unbelievable. 3.9% first read. That's hilarious. Puka or Devonta. I don't know. It's going to be one of them. I don't think I'd bet on it, though. And then wide receiver 2 or 1 here. 24.3, 24.3. Tyler Warren, even. Giving up 0 red zone targets. They actually shut down the tight end pretty well. 32 yards. I mean, it's not nothing, but compared to the rest of the league, that's not a lot. Wide receiver 1 and 2 is still what we're going to want to look at. Pittman. Ooh, Alec Pierce is out. Uh-oh. Concussion. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Pittman. Ashton Doolin. Plus 1,600 for a touchdown. He's run 6 routes total. Insane. Hasn't MPJ been nasty, though? 80 yards? What, 80 yards, 40 yards, 70 yards? I mean, it's pretty good. It's also better against zone. 142 yards against zone. More yak. More yay. What is yak? Yards after contact. Devontae is questionable. Limited in Friday's practice and questionable for the Sunday game against Colts. Tyler Higbee, Colby Parkinson. Who are their other tight ends? They have or they have that Davis Allen guy who's already got 2 touchdowns. Goncalves. Ooh. DeForest Buckner questionable. Uh-oh. That's not good. Pittman has no red zone targets. Tyler Warren has 3. Hmm. Josh Downs had the most red zone targets last year. Anthony Richardson just chucking it up there. Also, what is up with Daniel Jones? This guy's like the greatest quarterback on the planet. I don't get it. Zone 60%. I'm gonna look back here just so I can check Matthew Stafford's stats. Let's see. I don't love it. See, like Puka gets more yards, but not a ton. I mean, not a big increase there. Devonta actually runs more routes against zone, which is interesting. 15 targets compared to Puka's 20, though. So Puka's running less routes, getting more targets. Thanks to the first read percent, 43.9. I mean, he's just open. I mean, if Puka's open, you're going to give him the rock, you know? What's Puka's reception line? Like, this dude's unbelievable. 7.5, 10, 8, and 11. Passing attempts, 32.5 for Stafford. This is going to be a really interesting game. I wonder what's going to happen here. What about Kyron? Kyron doesn't play in the pass game at all, apparently. 35% of routes, pretty much nothing. Let's see, Tyler Warren. Man, I do like Tyler Warren, I can't lie. He doesn't have a touchdown yet, but he's getting those targets. Against zone, he is better, and they run that slightly more. Oh, he doesn't do anything against man. Daniel Jones at 537 yards. That's insane. 537 yards just against zone. He's actually playing better against man. Jeez. 105 and 117 QBR. Like, what? Who is this man? Who is this Daniel Jones guy? Can't last forever, right? Let's see, receiving, wide receiver. Wide receiver 1, tight end 1, tight end 2. Man, they give up a lot. It's interesting. I don't think you can go wrong with Tyler Warren or Devonta or Puka. It's hard to tell, but I don't think you can go wrong with Tyler Warren in this matchup. 32% first read on zone. They run zone slightly more, so there's a bit of an advantage there. And Daniel Jones has just been nasty. I mean, what's Warren's receiving line? 4.5. I think that's pretty fair. Going up 8 receptions to the tight end 1. Not great, I guess. If you feel more comfortable with Pittman, there's always that option as well. Next game. Bears. My Bears. Oh my God, it's green across the board. Oh my God, Jalen Johnson, can you please revive yourself? Jalen Johnson being out is literally the death of me. Oh, we're gonna get smoked tomorrow. Oh no. I still think we'll win. It's gonna be a high-scoring game. If you guys like betting over-unders, just saying. Myers, Trey Tucker, Brock Bowers. Trey Tucker, 4 touchdowns. Like, unbelievable. Only receiving guy on the team with touchdowns, and it's Trey Tucker. That's insane, actually. Trey Tucker. Let's see. Let's actually go to this matchup sheet quick. Oops. Let's look at the Bears here on this sheet. 55% man, 45% zone. Dennis Allen's scheme, so he does like that man. Geno is better against zone, which is good. Probably going to run more man if Dennis Allen is smart. Seems like he can't cover it. 35% for Brock Bowers. 8 targets, 1 reception on man is rough. 1 red zone target, though. It was not a touchdown. 30 yak. Man, Geno's bad. Bad against man. Bad. Trey Tucker, 96% routes. Man. Not a lot of targets we're giving up. Let's actually see here. How many? 4 receiving touchdowns to the wide receiver 1. And 2 to the wide receiver 2. So, we're giving up a crap ton to wide receivers. Receiving average to the wide receiver 2, 33.8. 176 total to the 2. Because George Pickens, yeah. George Pickens had a pretty good day. With CD out, then J-Mod 108 against us. Stupid Bears. We're so stupid. I guess Jalen Nailor's technically the 2 there. Darnell Wright's out. Oh my god. Of course, TJ Edwards. Kyler Gordon's probably not going to play. Nah, we're going to get cooked. Trey Tucker over on yards, gotta be. I mean, right? Like, only 7 receptions, but 2 touchdowns. So maybe take him for a touchdown instead. I'm trying to figure out who's better between him and Jacoby. I mean, 4 receiving touchdowns, that would be Jacoby, right? So, Bowers is playing. So let's look at the tight end 1. Ton of targets. Most receiving receptions, but Ferguson got like 14 in the flat against us, so it's, pretty inflated. Let's actually take a peek. I'll show you guys. Brock Bowers. Go back here. Back to receptions. Yeah, Ferguson, 14 targets, 13 receptions, 82 receiving yards. 12 was his longest, so didn't do too much damage against us, clearly. Brock Bowers with Michael Mayer out. Gets a lot of targets. They're going to have to use him straight up. I think his receiving yards, he probably goes over. I mean, Brock Bowers is an elite talent. 2 red zone targets, too. It's just terrible. 123 receiving yards. Yeah. I don't think you can go wrong taking either his yards or his receptions here. Since I'm a biased Bears fan, I don't really want to take his touchdown. Just because I don't want to be hoping for his touchdown while I'm watching the game. I think... Yeah, I mean, Brock Bowers against man is just insane. Donta Thornton. Trey Tucker is not as good against man. He plays well against zone. Brock Bowers is definitely the play, though. 100%. He's getting targets. He's just got to catch the ball. Like, what are we doing? 8 targets, 1 reception. I mean, same thing with BTJ, though. You know those guys are going to haul it in, so just got to give him some hope. Okay. Caleb Williams. Gino said he's got to get Bowers the ball more. Yeah, he does. Bowers is an insane talent that you want to get the ball. Okay, Raiders defense. 7 carries to the RB1. Giving up no yards to the RB1, which is interesting. I guess that's the Max Crosby effect, right? Wide receiver 3, 82 yards on average is insane. Let's see, who is our 3? Is it Zacchaeus? Yeah. Let's see, receiving yards. His line's 25. See, anyone who plays the Chargers, this line's going to be inflated. And then Kayshon Boutte, or no, Diggs is probably their 3. Do you think Diggs, nah, maybe he's not the 3. Maybe Kayshon Boutte is the 3. I'm not sure. First read, Rome Odunze 32% of the time. Rome's running 90% of routes, averaging 75 yards, 4 red zone targets, also 4 touchdowns, because this guy's a GOAT. This guy's a GOAT. I know I guess he's our wide receiver too, but like technically, I think he's our wide receiver 1. Let's see here. Targets 6 for 9, 7 for 11, 3 for 7 in the last game against Dallas. Still got his touchdown though. Man, I want to take him. I mean, 27 targets, 16 receptions, right? Like, what's his reception line? 4.5. 100%, bro. 4.5? Are we for real? Or do I take his yards? The Raiders secondary is also not great. I mean, look at this. Look at this against wide receiver. 11th in targets, 4th in receptions, 3rd in receiving yards allowed. This is just going to be a day where both quarterbacks feast, I think. Even if you look, unfortunately, at the Bears. Sorry. I mean, the targets aren't a lot, but look at every other category. Most receiving touchdowns allowed. Most receiving average yards. 5th most receiving yards. I mean, this is terrible. 13 red zone targets. I guess that's what happens when you're the Bears and you play the Lions, who are good now for some reason. Remember growing up and they were always terrible. Those days are over, unfortunately, so... Rome half 1 seems to go crazy, but I like his full game stats. Bowers and Rome for this game, love that. I think DJ could have a day. He's got to get going here. 16, 12. Is there like a target line for these guys? That would be cool. Just bet on their targets. Caleb passing, I mean... '17th in attempt, 15 in completions. Allowed the 5th longest. 8th most passing air yards. 10th most passing yards allowed. A lot of green here, right? Like, don't really have to think too hard on it. 4 passing touchdowns last game. This dude's a beast. No Myers? What do you mean no Myers? Is he out? No Myers. Wow, Caleb's hit his rushing attempt line in every game. That's crazy. I feel like he goes over on passing yards, but I don't want bias to creep in here. 69% completion percent is huge. It's very high. Look at the fantasy. 24, 21, 29. 18 on Prize Picks. Longest rush, 10.5. Don't want to bet on his rushing, that's for sure. Let's check the matchup again. Oops. Okay, 73% zone. See, that's a very very big number there. 73% against zone. So 71 attempts. Way more comparative. I guess not way more. Pretty much the same. 529 yards. 99.2 passer rating. 54% first read. It's low. It's interesting. Guess he likes hitting that second guy. First read is Rome, and then Rome and DJ have the same amount against zone. DJ actually seems to play better against zone. Wow, a lot of these guys last year played way better against zone. That's funny. It's just the scheme. Minus 112 to go over 225 is interesting. And they have Gino going over 250 at minus 137. I mean, I guess. I can't believe our secondary is that bad. Like, we had... It's so weird, because we used to have such a good defense, and now they're just all injured. Our defense is falling apart, man. Jalen Johnson being out is not ideal. Rome gets the most yak. Most yards as well. Let's see, 89% run. I think I still like Rome. Just based on the splits. I mean, even you could look at last year. I mean, look at him last year. 64 targets, 41 receptions. It's probably about what I expect. It's about right. All right, let's go next here. I think all the receivers in that game are going to absolutely feast. Okay, here we go. Ravens defense, absolutely terrible. Let's see how absolutely terrible they are. Very terrible. Wow, these guys are awful. Just making Jose mad. Pacheco, I think Pacheco to get a touchdown could be decent. Plus 235, really? What the heck? First read percent. Marquise Brown. Is what's his face back? What's his name? Worthy? Is Worthy back? He is. Interesting. He's not even on the injury report, so he's 100% playing. I think I knew that, actually. Good to have confirmation, though, for sure. How many red zone carries, actually, did Pacheco have? I just looked at normal. See, that's why. It's a little split. 235, 235, so same amount. We don't know who's going to get the carry there. Pacheco, yeah, I mean, I feel like you can bet on both of that and just get a profit. I think one of them get in the end zone. Not Brashard Smith, of course. I mean, 12 red zone carries to the RB1 already. It's a lot. Ravens have played hard teams, though. So, gotta remember that. They played the Bills and the Lions already. Also the Browns, of course, but... Wide receiver 1, 2, tight end, I mean, everything seems decent. Let's see receiving for the wide receiver here. Wide receiver 1, 2. 2 looks like the best. 3 even. 6 most targets to the 2. 10th most receptions. 6 most yards. Tied for the most touchdowns. So their 2 is Marquise Brown. Hollywood Brown. Let's see, Hollywood Brown, what you got? What you got, bruh? He's got some receptions, probably. His 3.5 looks pretty decent, though. Interesting. I don't know why all this says 0. That's weird. Let's see, Worthy. Yeah, that was the first game he dislocated his shoulder. He ran out there, instantly dislocated his shoulder. That was crazy. Like, what, the second play? It's terrible. Marquise Brown. Good amount of targets, too. I mean, he's the first read percent 28% of the time. And his receiving line is only 3.5. That seems wrong. He got 10 in the first game. Wow. 16, 5, and 6. So they think he's probably... Yeah, he's probably going to get about that. Interesting. I think that's a close one. I don't know how Worthy coming back is going to affect him. Tyquan Thornton. I heard Taylor Swift told Travis Kelce she liked Worthy as a player, so Travis got jealous and took him out. Bruh. Can you imagine? Tyquan Thornton over 15.5 longest. I mean, they like using him for the deep shots, right? So kind of like that, actually. See longest 12 targets, 7 receptions. I think one of them could be a Tyquan Thornton deep ball. She's suspended. GG's. Who was he on last year, Tyquan Thornton? Was he Giants? Maybe. They played the Jets twice. So he had to be Dolphins, Bills, or Patriots. Patriots, maybe. Does anyone know where Tyquan Thornton played? Came from the Pats, yeah. Talk the talk, walk the walk. I don't know. What do you guys think on this game? I feel like it's kind of trappy with Worthy coming back. Worthy plus 185, so he's in decent health, it seems. Kelce, same thing. Tyquan Thornton plus 500. I think he will get a deep ball, but I think he gets one chance, and if he doesn't catch it, so like that's a reason I don't really want to bet on that. You know, if he's gonna get one shot, I don't really want to bet on that. Okay. Let's just move on. Ravens have given up a lot. Man, they even gave up a lot last year. Jeez. But less. Their defense is playing better. I mean, they've played such good teams. It's hard. And the Bills and Lions both popped off against them. So I don't know. Mahomes is gonna have to throw though for sure. 231's his line. Probably take the over there, no? 122 passing attempts, 81 completions, 74% completion chance. Whew. Wow, that's a crazy line. If I were to take anything in this game, I'd probably just take Mahomes over on something, whether it's passing yards. I don't like the longest completion. I don't hate it, but I like his passing, just normal passing yards more. Okay, Zay Flowers, 33% first read. 23 targets, 16 receptions. Most yards by a lot on the team, like not even close. Like Chiefs are close, right? Between Brown, Thornton, Kelsey, Juju even. This isn't even close. I mean, Zay Flowers has 100. I know last game was a little rough. 13 yards on 2 catches, but did what he needed to. 143, 75, and then 13. That is quite the fall off. Seven red zone carries, 2 touchdowns to the RB1. Derrick Henry, I mean, 13 carries, 46 yards only. Jeez, Derrick Henry is just absolutely insane. I mean, Zay Flowers, man, like, that first read percent is insane. They don't give up a lot to the wide receiver 1, though. Showing that there is that discrepancy. Let's check the matchups here, see if anything for this game's crazy. 50-50 for the Chiefs defense, so don't really want to look at these stats here. They won't be of much help. 57 zone. So Marquise Brown, I still think he probably has a good day. Even Mahomes better against zone than man. Let's see if that was the case last year as well. Showing Gardner Minshew stats. Yeah, Matt, good work, bro. Now you're here. Now you're here and you can lock in on some football research. I did my homework. I actually did my homework. I still have econ tomorrow, but I had like 4 assignments that I did, so you know. You know me. You know me. Simple. Also should probably start looking at this share percent here. I mean, we can kind of infer it. Where are the Chiefs? Am I blind? How blind? Wow, I'm blind. There we are. Yeah, I mean, Marquise Brown, I still think he's a pretty decent bet. Red zone share. Rushing. Kareem Hunt is out. Out red zone sharing Pacheco. That is craziness right there. It's filtered by city. I'm getting confused. Zay Flowers 32% share is insane. 231 yards. Derrick Henry has touchdown in every game. Or no, he doesn't. Didn't get one against Cleveland. Got 2 in the first game against Buffalo. Yeah, Worthy is back, Eric. I still like Marquise Brown. I mean they gotta play someone else, right? Jeez, look at the Packers defense. Not something we want to bet against here. Absolutely insane. 3 red zone targets to the wide receiver 1. Wide receiver 2, 1, and 3. They're just giving up a lot in general. Yeah, I'm not going to want to bet on the Cowboys without CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what that offense is going to look like. Maybe even a Dak under, but I don't know. It's a rough one. Tucker Kraft, Dontavian Wicks. Wow, Matthew Golden's not getting Not getting first read a lot at all. Let's go to the matchups cheat sheet here. I also think Micah Parsons is going to get a sack just because he has to, right? Like, surely. 76% zone. Wow. Who plays good against zone? Matthew Golden. 7 targets, 6 receptions, 23% first read. Matthew Golden is a very... Seems like a very good bet. 2.5 receptions? Yeah, give me that. Could also probably take as long as 21. He always gets that deep shot downfield. They do have him in the rushing game, which is interesting. 76% zone coverage. This has to be a Packers bounce back, you would think, right? Like, 92 yards compared to 61, 32 routes, 30 routes. It's pretty close. Pretty darn close. 64% of routes against zone. I think they're going to use Golden a lot. 58 yards compared to... Where's Golden? Yeah, I mean, like, nothing. Gotta play against zone. I think he's going to get the deep shot. Probably a few of them, too. I mean, 43 yards. 4 receptions. Boring. Sorry, I don't want to give out bad picks. I do have picks, though, Josh, so... I'll also post on Discord, so if you join there, you can see it, and you don't have to watch me. I just post my research for those curious. If you're not, leave. I don't care. Dallas is giving up a lot to the wide receiver one. I don't know if Matthew Golden is technically, like, in that wide receiver one spot, though, you know? Man, Christian Watson. Forgot he was cooked. Hoping to do so after week 4. Interesting. Wonder if he'll actually be back next week. Aaron Banks is doubtful. Good thing they sent him to a massive contract. Dobbs. I think Dobbs could pick up the pace with Jaden Reed out now. It's also something you have to consider. Jaden Reed's out, so all these data points are kind of... are with him in, so you don't really know what's going to happen when he's out. Jordan Love, 232, though. I mean, look how much they give up to QBs. Let's see, wide receiver 1, receiving, wide receiver 2. Give up a lot to the 2 and the 3. Just a lot to wide receivers in general. 68 completions, 65 longest. This was the Caleb. 65-yard touchdown to Luther Burden. Most passing air yards. That's crazy. I gotta go with my gut here and take the Golden longest reception. I think that's the move here. I mean, you saw even the Bears did it. If the Bears can do it, surely the Packers can do it, right? 76% zone. You just gotta. Matthew Golden's better against zone. Everything's lining up. It's lining up. Kraft runs 65% of routes, but they're gonna take that deep shot on him. I could see Dobbs also getting some receptions. This line's 3.5. I don't know. It seems low. Packers just have a ton of receivers. Savion Williams might even play. I mean, Jaden Reed's out. Dontavian Wicks, his line's 3.5, so it's higher. Or no, all of them are 3.5. Golden's is 2.5. Yeah, I think I like Golden for his longest reception more than his just receptions in general. Okay, next. Or no, these games are Monday. Okay. Okay, so actually that's it. Let's see, Cowboys. Look how much the Cowboys give up, though. Receiving yards per game, 300. That is unbelievable. Ferguson, a decent look. Yeah, I just don't know against the Packers. You think so? 32 targets. Remember, 14 of these came against the Bears. 99 routes. Still a good amount of routes run. Him and Pickens are going to have to do something with CD out. Ferguson, 61 yards. Pickens, 55 per game. Pickens, 7 red zone targets. Pretty elite there. I would filter this by 1, even though it says he's the 2. CD's out. We all know that. Ooh, wait, you're right. Hold up. Most receiving targets, most receptions, most yards. Okay, Ferguson is actually a really good look. You're right. That's a really good look, bro. How many red zone targets does he have? 2? I feel like that is a decent look, actually. 6 receptions? Surely he gets that. I think that's a really good look. You're right, bro. I mean, look at this defense here. Like, what? Let's actually... Okay, we're done going game by game, but let's go to the main research tab and just, like, filter. Let's just find some good props. Just the matchups. We could even look at some unders if you guys want. Joe Flacco under against Detroit could be a play. Passer rating, they've given up a 115 passer rating. Oh yeah, if you want to join the Discord, someone, Liam, appreciate you, type an exclamation mark Discord. All of that's completely free, so if you want to join, feel free. Let's see, let's just filter by this. Lamar over 20. Whoa. Seems wrong almost. 21.5. He's gone over this like every game. Oh, he's versing KC. He went over this against KC. 41 attempts. KC does have a good passing defense. Is there anyone you guys want to look at like specifically? I'm probably gonna put some parlays in now, so if you have anyone, just let me know. I'll pull up the final of what we have here, so I can kind of remind myself what to take. Okay, Dak Prescott free pick. Who's my favorite one? Who do I want to pair with this? I really like Bowers, actually. I'm gonna pair this with Bowers. Surely his line didn't move. His line did move, barely. Dog Bowl qualifier. Get in the Dog Bowl and win 50K. Apply this promo to a touchdown only entry each week if to qualify. If you finish finals with the highest winning multiplier, 50K will be yours. Okay. Chargers game. Eric, the thing with the Chargers here, I'll kind of break this down. We don't have any money lines, gypsies. Thing with the Chargers is it's hard to tell who's gonna pop off, you know? Any one of those guys can go crazy any given day, you know what I mean? So like if you look here, wide receiver 1, 2, wide receiver 1's red, so they don't give up as much as the rest of the league to the wide receiver 1 position. To the 2, even the tight end 1, wide receiver 3, they give up a lot. The problem is that all of these guys are so close in first read percent, like Quentin Johnson, Ladd McConkey, and Keenan Allen, 26, 24, and 23% respectively. Usually you want a discrepancy, like, let me show you Zay Flowers quick, just to give you a little comparison. I don't know why, hold on. I forgot I don't have it selected. There we go. Come back. So, like, here, 33.3% compared to Mark Andrews' 18%. Like, Zay is clearly the one. In this offense, you really don't know who the one is, so it makes it hard. I mean, Keenan Allen, 77.8% of routes run, but he's still getting that first read. So when he's running that route, I bet more often than not he's getting that first read. So it's just something to consider. Jay Jettas, I wouldn't bet on Jay Jettas just because Carson Wentz is throwing the ball, but we can look. Good splits there. They give up a lot to the tight end one, actually. Hawkinson could be a good look. Let's see, Jay Jettas. How many tutties did he have? He has one against us, of course. Cannot believe we lost that game. That was awful. Worst thing ever. Hawkinson was only running 70% of routes. Even Thielen's running more. Yeah, I got you, Eric. I did say, though, I think I went over that game and I said Johnston was my favorite, but I wouldn't... If you bet on it, I wouldn't go too heavy on it. I think there's a lot more or better discrepancies in that game. Max Brosmer, who the heck is that guy? Hawkinson's actually having a really good catch percent when he gets thrown the ball. Got a touchdown last week. Did nothing in the first two games. They do give up a lot to tight ends, so... I mean, you could see everything turns green when I click tight end. Getting up 3 touchdowns to tight ends. They've played... Hunter Henry got 2, and then A.J. Barner got 1. It's pretty crazy. What is this? Jets? Yeah, they played Jets week 1. I could see it for sure. I think, who asked? Mark? I think I'd rather take TJ Hawkinson over Jay Jettas, to be honest. Little lower on the stats, on most stats there, but the defense just gives up a lot to the tight end one. I mean, 5 red zone targets compared to 0. Still a lot of yards. If you want to bet Jay Jettas yards, I wouldn't be opposed. I just don't know if I'd take him for a touchdown. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's more of a gut feeling when it's that close. That's why I look for the bigger discrepancies. Because then you kind of know what you're gonna get. You know who's gonna get the ball. Or you feel better about it, at least for sure. Running backs, though, 107 yards per game. Giving up 76.7 to the RB1. Jordan Mason is clearly that guy. Giving up second most rushing average yards. And they played... Ramondre Stevenson. Hold up, let's go to rushing yards here. Ramondre Stevenson, Kenneth Walker, and Breece Hall. So they give up 107 to Breece Hall, 105 to Kenneth Walker, and nothing to Ramondre, and they're still second ranked. Hampton had a coming out party last week. Harris out for the year. I like Hampton over 16.5 carries. I think that's a fair idea there for sure. I'm going to put in this dog bowl touchdown thing. I'm just going to throw everyone I had on this. Mooney Tutty, Egbuka Tutty, Henry Tutty, Renfro Tutty, And that's it. 51x. I wonder if that's high enough to win that. Is it only one person? How does this work? You must apply the promo to an entry for it to count. Once you submit, it's locked in. No cancellations. If your entry voids, promo won't be returned. Dang. Weekly qualifiers. Apply this promo. Each week during the first 10 weeks of the NFL, contestant with the highest multiplier on a winning entry will be advanced to round 2. I see. Okay. I think that 4 legs is probably good enough. Hunter Henry, Hunter Renfrow, Emeka Egbuka, Darnell Mooney. Should I throw on Bowers for the memes? I mean, we're giving up so much. No touchdowns, though. But Bowers is nasty. Oh, I'm going to look at Hampton talk the talk. Don't you worry. I just want to make sure I have this slip in quick. Wide receiver 1. Actually decent against the 1. Giving up a lot to the 3. 15 targets to the 3. Maybe Zacchaeus goes off tomorrow. Two and a half receptions. 25 yards. Giving up a touchdown. Who'd they give up a touchdown to? Touchdown to the 3. Oh, they gave up one to McCaffrey. See, Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnson. Just don't know, man. And to Mario Douglas. I'm gonna throw Bowers on this. Just because I can. Let me make sure he's my favorite against the Bears. Let's go to the cheat sheets again quick. I know the Bears have been terrible. Giving up a lot. 6 red zone targets to the wide receiver 1, 3 to the 2, 2 to the 3, 2 to the tight end 1. Like, they're all over the place, man. 88 yards on average to the wide receiver 2 is insane. I mean, George Pickens, I guess that's not that bad. It's George Pickens. I'm not going to throw Bowers on it. I'm just going to leave it as a 4 leg. I'll put this in though. Let's see. Apply. Promotion applied. Okay, surely that works. Alright, then the no sweat. I think I'm just going to take all my favorite guys. I also have to look at Baker because there's a discount on Baker. If any of you guys use Underdog, that's what I'm going off of. So if you use Underdog and you want to put in some slips there, I need to check Baker's passing yards. Let's see here. What is this line discounted to? 187.5. Let's see how scammy this is. 187.5. Against the Eagles, I don't know. He threw for 347 last time he played him. 30 completions, 47 attempts. Did they get killed in this first game against Atlanta? What was the score in that game? I think they just beat the Texans. That was primetime, I believe. And then they barely beat the Jets as well, so he had to throw a lot. Mike Evans is out, though. This might be rough without Mike Evans. I don't know. Oh, it's got to be a trap. I ain't going to take that. Okay, let me do my no sweat here. Egbuka, 4.5 receptions. Henry, for his line's at 40.5 yards now, by the way. Roma Dunze. Golden. I'm going to take Golden's longest. His longest is up to 24 now. Interesting. Then I'll throw Ferguson on it too. Oops. Okay. Let's look at Hampton for you, bro. Sorry, that took longer than I wanted to. I think I also probably like his, let's see, rushing attempts, 16.5 against the Giants. 8th most rushing yards average allowed. Who have they played? Giants have played, wow, not very good teams. Let's see, rushing yards. All of these guys hit their line. That's crazy. Yeah, I think you're onto something, bro. I think that's a good prop. 16.5 seems, I don't know, it does seem a little high. He got 15 and 8, but these were with Najee in. This is when Najee got injured. Do you know what when Najee got injured? Did he play very much in that game at all? He also got a lot of targets. He got 7 targets on 6 receptions. Herbert was just passing him out the ball. You'd think they get a good lead, then slowed the game down in the second half. True. There's also a risk with that in them putting a guy like Hassan Haskins in, or Hassan Haskins. He's plus 600 for a touchdown though, so you wouldn't think. I don't think so. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I'm just thinking out loud more so than anything else. Gotta add Moody to this quick. I think Hunter Henry's my favorite play. Okay, I'm being stupid and putting in a 6 leg, but it's a no sweat, so it's fine. I do have a 50% profit boost on the first game. Should we try and use that? See if there's any other discounts on any other app. PrizePicks maybe has something for us. Let's see here. Running backs, Jalen Warren. What are the other Pittsburgh running backs? There's got to be someone better than Jalen Warren, right? It's Jalen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. That's their 1-2 punch. Oh my god. I thought the Bears 1-2 punch was bad. Yikes. Kenneth Gainwell 6.5 attempts. I think that's a under, right? Under, let's see. Thielen under 1.5 receptions. DK Metcalf under longest. Well, I've given up the least receiving targets. Maybe a DK under on receptions. 3.5 though. Man, last time he played him, 7 targets, 3 receptions. What was his longest? 25. Oh, he had a touchdown, that's why. Jordan Addison's back too. I forgot about that. That's not ideal. Xavier Scott over 4.5 rushing attempts. Who is this guy? He got 8 carries last week. There ain't no way. "32 attempts and an average of 1.7 yards. I mean, I know this guy only got carries because they were up by like 50 bajillion against Cincy. J.J. McCarthy's out. Let's see, what are their other running backs? Xavier Scott. Cam Akers is on this team? What? Like, what? What? Wait, he's on the Saints? Why does it still say he's on Minnesota's depth chart? Oops. Oh, there's a Jalen Hurts free play. Could use that. Use that with, who did I not use very often? I think I used all of these guys, actually. Let's just do Hunter Henry. I think he's my favorite one. Oh, let me take Micah Parsons to get a sack. Micah Parsons. Surely he gets a sack, right? He's got to get a sack, bro. Or I take the Amarin Hampton play. See what if his line is still that 16.5 number. Hampton. 17 rush attempts. Can take him for 13 or 14. Probably do that. Throw Hunter Henry on it. Maybe I'll throw Henry's. I'll throw his receptions instead. 4, yeah. Or we'll take his 2.5. We'll do that. Cool. All right. Is there anyone else you guys want me to go over quick? Pretty good stream. What, 2.5 hours? Not bad. And Tony Pollard went over both games against Houston. Let's see, what did they give up? 51 rushing attempts. I don't think I want to find something here. I mean, I guess Rodgers something looked good. It was probably just his passing yards, but also this Minnesota defense is just so good. So good. This year is 2 for 3 going over, facing the Jets, Seattle. Jets and Seattle do have good defenses, though, and then against New England, he sold the bag. Let me view this. Yeah, I don't think there's any other discounts or anything. Let's see. 40% boost. %40 boost. Who do you have moneyline wise? Vikings, Steelers? I don't ever bet money lines personally. I only bet player props. I do the ESPN thing though, and I believe I have the Steelers to win. But I don't think I don't know. I have no idea who's gonna win. In my opinion, it's really dumb to bet on money lines. I really don't think like even the Bills, like they're minus 1,800. Sure, they're probably gonna win, but what if you put a ton of money on them and they don't, and you would have only won like $50 or whatever? It's just not worth it. Betting on players is the biggest discrepancy when sports betting. It's just the smartest way to bet, in my opinion. Not even really an opinion. Sure, there's like EV, but I don't know. I think betting on players, doing your own research is the best way to find those discrepancies for sure. Ray McLeod, like what? Daryl Hodge is out. If you looked at ESPN moneyline percentages, Vikings, they're at 57. Yeah, but I didn't pick them. I picked the Steelers because Rodgers just has the Vikings number. Will you guys be adding a projections tab to NFL like you have for MLB? That could be in the future. Yeah, put that as a suggestions if you're in our Discord. I say to do that just because it makes it so we don't forget any suggestions. If you have that there, then we kind of know. We know what to do. Let's see. So this year I am 38-11 in picking who's gonna win games. Kind of nasty. 98.6%. Whew. Week 2, I went 15-1. Only game I got wrong was the Vikings. I had the Vikings beating the Falcons, and that did not happen. Been pretty good otherwise. I have the Seahawks, Steelers, Commanders, Bills, Lions, Patriots, Chargers, Eagles. I do think the Bucs can win that game though. Texans, Rams, Niners, Ravens, Bears, Packers, Dolphins, Broncos, and that's it. I guess literally looking at this, I have all minus odds. Except I have the Commanders at plus 110. Which, I don't know, now that, Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin are out. But the Falcons are so bad, right? Like, I don't know. But and then spread, I'm so bad at. I'm like 500 on my spread. I can't believe the Bills are favored by 15 points. That's unbelievable. Yeah, literally. Injured team versus a team that looks lost on offense and defense. Falcons don't look great. Alright, I think I'm probably going to end stream. I am exhausted and I got to wake up for that. Or I want to wake up for that Dublin game. Gonna wake up in the morning, make some waffles, eggs, bagels. Get a little fruit bowl going. Jalen Naylor. Be careful on this. Remember, Addison's back. Not saying it can't happen, but just remember. Yeah, thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys. I gotta drop more videos. It's just been rough with college, but I'm trying. Found an editor, so we'll see. Appreciate you guys for joining. Thanks for coming out. I will, we'll see. I might stream tomorrow. Are there, there's 2 games though, aren't there? Both of these games are tomorrow. I don't know. I don't like the 2 games thing. I don't know. Jamar Chase's line only being 4.5 is insane. I guess he's playing Surtain and has a terrible quarterback throwing to him, but it's Jamar Chase. Like, what are we doing? Alright, anyway, there's a sneak peek. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Appreciate you guys for real. If you're not in our Discord or Twitter, join that. All of that's free. It's linked. If you type !X, Twitter, whatever you want to do there, and then ! Discord. I'll post my plays in the Discord after I end the live stream. And then, yeah.